food industry data. And I speak French too. And I am here to improve my English and move to Alberta, the better province in Canada.
All right. And you speak French here on Talk and Talk too? We have
no,
some
not
meetings
on Talk
of
and
French.
Talk. Maybe I one day I will try
Yeah.
to help someone and tell with people interested to come to Quebec to learn in French, find opportunities here. But now because my free time I put it all in English because I move in July. Next July, I'm appreciative about my English, and one day I will try speak French in Talk and Talk, but no, not now.
Okay, nice to meet you. And what about you, Murilo? Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Murilo Kirten. I have 30 years old. I live in Laguna, Santa Catarina. I have been working in front end since 2019. And I currently work at Ering, company Ering, and I love sports. In my free time, I hang out with my friends with beer, and I'm here for improve my English and make new friends, and work abroad in future, maybe. Okay, and that's it.
Okay. And what about you, Ricardo? Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Ricardo. I'm from Londrina. It's a Paraná state. I'm working as a full stack engineer or engineer in development of systems as a programmer. So I've been working with that from 2014 onwards. So currently I'm working for a US company, so I have to improve his ability to speak and be more confident to speak and listen. It's because I'm here, because that I'm here. And in my free time, I like to drink beer as well. I like to play some video games, to study a lot. And yeah, I like to go to the gym, to run, to bike, ride. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm from Paraná too. So before, my name is Jean. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Jardim Alegre, Paraná. It's in the middle of the state. I don't know if you know, but it's the Vale do Ivaí region. All right, it's in the middle of the state. I am backend software developer. I study software engineering at the university. And in my free time, I like to run at the street. I like to play soccer and watch soccer on TV. And I like to read books and study English, of course.
We have a lot of engineers and IT developers here.
We have a lot of developers. That's it. So let's start with the questions. So Murilo, did you already know or heard about how autonomous car work?
I think so. Car software controls the cars, but according to the video, to the movie, the lasers or radars control the cars, but this then is not function. It's a big problem because can happen a lot of accidents or crashed car. And, software control prevent, but it's a good solution for prevent the accidents and control velocity of the car. Yeah, that's it.
All right. In my case, to be honest, I never searched about before I created this topic to us to we talk. All right. I had just the basic knowledge about it, and I learned a lot when I was searching to create these questions, to searching the video for you. All right, and that's my technology. I learned a lot when I was creating this topic for us. And what about you, Gabriel? Did you already know or heard about how autonomous cars work?
No, not very deep, but I think I have an idea because the autonomous cars uses machine learning algorithms or deep learning. The these things I it's common in my work every day. I think it's like a computational vision, and I don't know very deep, but I have an idea. It's like guided by a GPS and uh, the a model or algorithm where answers in real time to read the the road and the signs and the lanes uh, uh, a board of it to turn right the but I have a small idea.
All right, me too. And what about you, Ricardo?
Yeah, I shared some thought with you guys because I just know uh, small things about automation cars, so autonomous car. And yeah, now I learn a lot with this video. So a new one desired also.
Yes, that's the purpose. So let's move on to the question 2. So, Gabriel, do you believe that autonomous cars are or will be safer than cars with drivers?
Yes, yes, not you be. They are now. There is surveys, research papers. Then autonomous cars is like 70% safety, and humans is less than 70%. It's just in the average, it's more safe because uh, an algorithm don't need sleep or it no has distractions. An algorithm it's just to turn your head to watch an accident, for example, like humans, or to see another people to their algorithm don't make angry with another drivers. It's more now for in my opinion and the papers I had nowadays in 2022 it's more safety than humans, but there are a lot of misinformation uh, about this because the industry of normal cars and media and government they are afraid about autonomous cars.
Yes. And what about you, Ricardo?
Yeah, definitely I do. Because we have computers uh, controlling all the time in the machine. So a lot of sensors and algorithms, as Gabriel said, and computers almost never made a mistake, and humans maybe becomes abstract or change the vision, the view for another thing. And when we talk about computers are very smart to conduct and assist the humans to drive. Yeah, I believe the autonomous cars will be safer more than humans.
Yes, I believe that the cars will be safer than the cars with drivers. But we need to pray to the programmers, the developers don't construct a software for these cars with
Yeah.
bugs. All right.
Yeah.
But I think as airplanes, we have the co-pilot, all right, the automatic driver pilot. I don't know how can I say this in English, and that helps a lot the driver of the airplane. I don't know how to say it, the pilot. All right. I think the software, the programs of the autonomous cars can help the the driver, but I think it's just in a long future we will have just cars with driving without the drivers on the streets of Brazil, for example. In other countries, I think it will coming soon than Brazil. But here of the streets of Brazil, I think it's so hard to have cars driving without drivers. But I think probably if we have good conditions in our cities and we have good brains, good developers to make this possible, I believe that the autonomous car will be safer than the actual cars drive by humans. All right. And what is your opinion, Murilo?
Yeah, I agree, everyone. Make sure the cars prevent, autonomous car prevent a lot of accidents, decrease accidents. It will be future. And for example, but I believe cars are more speed slowly, and, because for example, if people jump in front of the car in speed power or power speed, it's a problem. But we adapt we are a lot of time for user adapters with them. That's it.
Yes. Sometimes we need the feeling of the driver to avoid accidents, all right? And I think it's hard to create a software to simulate this feeling of the driver. I think it will be a challenge for the developers and all the people that are involved in this kind of project. So that's it. Let's go to the next question. So Murilo, when you were a child, would you have imagined that there would be self-driving cars?
I don't remember this, but I imagined only airplane, because airplane are very autonomous today nowadays. Yeah, but cars I don't believe. But now I believe a lot. They already
Yeah,
exist. Yeah, Tesla, for example. Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Me too. I've never imagined it before. I imagine that we will had uh, flight cars. I think it's the correct word. All right. But probably the self-driving cars will come soon to the users than the flight cars, I think. But when I was a child, I never imagined that it's possible to create an autonomous car. And what about you, Ricardo?
Um, yeah, maybe I remember when I watched the Jacksons. So I kept imagining that when I become adult, this would be possible. Yeah, but only because of the cartoons. So I believe from ever since I watched the Jetsons, I could imagine this should be possible in the future. And now we are see it becomes a reality. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And what about you, Gabriel?
I think it's we can we go start with assisted drive cars like here in Brazil too, but here in Canada it's a popular car. We need just to control the direction, the acceleration and brake. It's the cruise control. You set the speed and the car make the work for you. And if you they are many sensors. If you touch the a line, the direction it's shaky, and you if you want a change of lane and you don't see the cars go behind you, there is a sound, an alarm, bleep, or a light in your retrovisor. I don't know. And it's the first step. It's very popular here, and I think in the next 5 years, 80% of cars in Brazil are with the drive assistance, and after it's a completely self-driving car. And one thing you said about in Brazil is very complicated because the people don't respect the rules, and we have some holes in the road, but it's not very complicated for a car. Here in countries like Canada, we have a lot of snow. It's a big challenge because when you have 10 centimeters of snow on the road, you can not see the lines, then the limited the lanes and the signs like pedestrian lane, and it's very, very difficult. And we can it's not possible to make a difference between the sidewalk and the road, because the snow, it's the same thing. And
Yeah.
you don't know when the road finish and starts the sidewalk. It's very here in the winter it's complicated, but in another cities like New York, Boston, it's a more a not too very hard winter. It's good, but Canada, Russia, Finland, it's it's very tough. To the sensors cannot watch through the snow. This is complicated.
Yeah, that's true. I've never think about it, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
I heard about that because I live here. Quebec is the worst in winters at the world, and here sometimes we see they are I see I say no, I saw many times the Ford car, experimental Ford car. It's drives it's a self-driving car, but in the passenger there are a programmer with a notebook to make tests and keep in the make a survey, not just survey, a surveillance because the machine, but in the driver's place there's no one. It's
yeah,
just a programmer or a technician in the passenger's place to uh, watch the watch the behavior of the car.
Yeah, it's one developer testing in production, all right, inside the car. But
Gabriel said the important point, people's need is respect for rules. Main in Brazil for good function.
yeah,
Yeah, like the motorcycles then stripe between the cars. It's very complicated to a machine, but I don't know. Maybe the autonomous cars produces some crashes with motorcycles, but in the theory, the motorcycles cannot roll between the cars.
yes,
Just behind or in front of, not aside.
yeah, that's true. I think everybody have answered this question, all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the question 4. So, Ricardo, do you think that the existence of self-driving cars is important? What are your advantages?
No, yeah, I think so. It's because it will prevent accident less, make traffic more efficient, and consequently make people less stressed with the traffic because we don't have to make some concerns to go to the work. Of course, we have a lot of people to work from home currently, but sometimes the traffic is very stressful, and when this becomes a reality, it will be awesome for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, I think it too. I think one advantage is that we prevent some. I I think we would prevent some accidents cause we don't will have an stressed people driving, and I hope the car will not become stressed. I hope we can. I think we can have a Pacific road, a Pacific traffic, maybe, cause the cars probably will not accelerate more than the the maximum speed of the road. But I think we have some challenge. For example, when the car and the fuel of the car it's going less. I don't know how this car will recharge. All right, maybe it's electric cars. I don't know how will. For example, if a car is driving in the middle of the road, how this when the battery is going down, how this car
Yeah.
will
Maybe a
recharge.
solar charge.
Yeah, it's one possibility. It's one possibility, I think. But I think that's the advantage, in my opinion. The traffic can become more pacific and more safer for the other people that are in the road, the people that like to run, like to ride with a bike. I think with these cars, it will be more pacific. And what about you, Murilo?
It's important for me too, because prevent accidents. People's not doesn't beer drink, and you said the transit Pacific Transit for not fight in transit more, fight between among people. A lot of stress.
Yeah.
If people fight you with car, but it's not happening, I believe. And, a lot of advantages in the better for environment too, because not the combustível. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. And what is your opinion, Gabriel?
It's very important. It's more safer. It's faster because the cars don't get a lot of time in the traffic lights to start to move, and less a small number of accidents, of victims, of drunken people then drive, and the magazines, the specialists say about the economic side, that there is will more cheap just to rent a car like a taxi or Uber, when it's very popular, because you pay just 10 cents per kilometer, and you don't need to drive, and it will be more cheap than you have your own car and make the maintenance, the fuel. The now nowadays, maybe in Brazil there are another questions, but the OPEP, it's cut the production of oil, and one day to another, the gasoline, it's grow 15 to 20 cents, another to other day. In Canada, in United States, the same thing. It's for me, it's in general true. It's like a evolution. For in my opinion, it's a natural way to follow. It's evolution, like we would uses candles and start of century. Now we have electric lights, and it's natural evolution to better things.
Yes, that's true. But until now, we just have talked about good points of the self-driving cars. But Gabriel, what are the dangers of autonomous cars in your opinion?
If we think about cyber security side, it's I think it's a big risk. We need a software well made, and in the security side to avoid ransomwares and penetrations, invasion. I don't know the word, and other problems. Like the battery, it's not very green. The process of fabrication, and the battery, we cannot travel 500 kilometers without a charge. It's a problem to be solved. And but another problem, the big problem, it's the acceptation of crowd, because some people has fear of technology. We think about lost their jobs, or the technology is not good for humanity. The acceptation of people, it's very important.
Yes, I agree with you. A lot of people, I think, will don't accept it when it become a reality in our cities. I think that people will prefer enter in a taxi instead of enter in a self-drive cars.
Yeah, it's like people against fight against Uber drives. We sadly we will have people fight against autonomous car, fight against self-service cashiers in the markets.
Yeah.
But the people, it's like main just massa de manobra, because they are bad influenced to the of from the media.
Yeah.
The media make fear, make afraid, make them afraid, and it's just a misleading misinformation.
Yes, that's true. And for me, the battery, as you said, it's another problem when the car it's driving in on a long street without points to recharge. All right, it can be
Yes,
a big problem. And I think maybe the dangers, one another dangers, it's bad situations of the streets of the city. For example, in Brazil, we have streets with a lot of problems, and that's dangerous for these kind of cars. All right, we haven't a human seen the problems of the street. For example, motorist can know that one street have some problem, so the motorist, the driver don't will enter in this street, will go to another street. But this car don't have this knowledge, all right, this know-how, and just will enter in this street and will see a big problem. And that I think it can be dangerous for the people that are inside the car. And what about you, Ricardo? What is your point of view? What are the dangers of these kind of cars?
Yeah, well, maybe a lack of control, software errors, maybe some virus that cause damage
Control
and
the cars. Yeah.
because damage. But I believe the worst thing is the reduction of manpower in this area is the worst consequence of autonomous car, because we have a lot of drivers and motorists and people that need and work with the cars, and I don't know how it's going to be when the autonomous car became a reality. Maybe we have a lot of people without jobs. This is the worst consequence, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's another point of view. I agree. A lot of people work with trucks, motorcycles, and if this
Yeah.
kind of vehicles become self-drive, it's a lot of people probably will lose or reduce the times of your job.
Yeah.
And what about you, Murilo? What do you think?
Hey, everyone. Bugs or unawares can dangerous or energy software problem. And in Brazil, it doesn't respect the Brazil. You'll be more ruleless for well function. Yeah, my opinion, that's it.
Okay, so
Another,
let's go ahead.
another I would like just to add another problem in the cold places. It's the lifetime of battery, because here when it was minus 25, you have 2 hours of battery. Even in a Tesla, we need more technology. It's the same thing about smartphones. If in the winter you go with your smartphone less than 50%, in 30 minutes outside, your battery it's zero. It's very hard. The winter is very hard to batteries, and the main power problem it's another reality in Brazil or India or China. China, I don't know, but India, Brazil, but in United States now they have 45,000 job offers to drive truckers. In Canada, it's very small than United States, but we have 10,000 job offers to drive truckers now, today. It's the autonomous truckers. It solve a problem because with the pandemic we have a shortage problem and a manufacturer problem, distribution, etc. But it's another game in Brazil. I understand, but we can always change of carrier. I learned to program with internet. It's today's. I think it's more easier than was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. So I think we already have talked with the problems of these cars in Brazil. This is the question 6. So let's move on to the question 8, cause our time it's going to the end. So Murilo, do you believe it's important for self-driving cars to have a human inside to solve possible problems? Question 8.
Okay. Jump the ask. Okay, part question. Just a moment.
Do you think it's
Depende.
important?
Okay. It's part in start technology. It's for until people's adapters with them. First many tests with them for people's adapters and a lot of situations, tests, and people's needs customers with them too. Also, yeah. In resume, that's it.
Okay. And what about you, Ricardo? What do you think? Do you believe it's important to have a human inside the self-driving cars?
No, I don't think so, because we are talking about computers, and computers are very smart. And when we became all the autos autonomous car, and we don't need the humans anymore, even for deliver something or even to make some race. Yeah, I don't know, but I believe it's not necessary human inside of these cars. It's a computer is enough.
Yeah, I think just in the beginning, I think it's important to have humans inside for the other people understand that it's safer to drive, to the other people see that it's just the car is driving without the human driving. All right. I think to become comfortable to the other people inside the car, but when this car it's become more visible at the cities, I think we will need more fake drivers, all right, inside the car. I think just for become comfortable to other people and to other people see how this kind of car works, and that the driver will don't need to control in the street. All right. And what do you think, Gabriel?
It's you said that I would like said, it's not a technical question, it's a behavior question. It's a no, I don't believe you need a human in the autonomous car, but for this to make a to give him confidence in the beginning for the people, then they not understand, or they are afraid about technology, etc. It's better for them. It's just like to make a good feel, a good sensation, to give more confidence, more understanding about the technology. But just in the beginning, and it's a social behavior question, not because it's technical needs.
Yeah,
It's
just to
like planes. The planes, they don't need pilots. It's just because nowadays anyone can go in the airplane 100% autonomous. But the pilots, they are just to supervise.
yeah. I think we'll just need humans at the beginning to show to the people that the driver will don't take the control of the car. All right, the car will drive alone, and the the driver will just be a co-pilot just to see if it's working everything okay at the beginning.
Yes.
I think that's it. So uh, I will close the breakout rooms. And what is your opinion about this topic, Ricardo? Did you enjoy it? It's your first meeting here on Talk and Talk.
Yeah, a lot. I understand. I learned a lot with you guys. Yeah,
Yeah, I hope
it
see
was really
you
amazing.
in the other meetings.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
what about you, Gabriel? Did you enjoy this topic, this meeting?
Yes, it's very nice. I I love this subject, and I I I don't speak very well, but I I love it. Improve my English, and learning, and try to understand, etc. It's very nice.
Okay, so we have I think everybody it's here. So, Heitor, how was the conversation in your breakout room?
Was like a travel. We start to talk about autonomous car and we finish with apocalypse zombie and dinosaurs. So was interesting conversation.
Yes. And what about you, Gabriela? What do you think about this topic? Did you enjoy?
I love this topic. A little bit confusing for my mind, be sincere, because I'm not from tech area. I'm from health area, so completely different. But I enjoy a lot. The conversation was amazing. As Heitor said, we do a travel around a lot of situations, and then in the end of the word, like dinosaurs. So amazing. I love that. I love this kind of discussion.
All right. So, Wanda, did you answer all the questions?
No, because you dream and dream. But it was a really good conversation, funny. I enjoyed so much this conversation. The subject is a little bit hard, but it's totally interesting.
All right. So, can you answer the question 8 for us? Do you believe is it important for self-driving cars to have human inside to solve possible problems?
No, it's not totally necessary. I think the software can solve the kind of, because I think if I stay in the car, in the self car, and the car broke down, I don't know, I have no idea how can I stay there, like fixed there.
Yeah, that's true. And Gabriel, can you answer the question 9 for us? Do you believe that self-driving cars will soon reach to the general population?
Yes, maybe just about the price. It's to be in some countries can be more expensive than in others, but I think large production, the price tends to go down, and it will be affordable for just everyone.
Yes. And Gustavo, did you enjoy the topic?
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yes. So can you answer the question 10 for us? Do you believe that there may be other vehicles without drivers in the future, such as motorcycles and trucks, with the advancement of these technologies?
Like I was saying, the breakout room, maybe not motorcycles, because I don't know, I don't see a reason for someone to buy a motorcycle and not drive it. And with trucks, I totally agree.
Okay, guys. So I will send a survey here. All right, and I would like to have the feedback of all of you. If you enjoy or if you dislike this topic, you can share with me in this survey, and to say some topics that you wanna have in another meetings. All right, and I really would like to have the answer of all of you. And if you would like to share someone to add something in this survey, you can share and I will read. All right. Yeah, it's really like night today with all of you. And I'd like to talk with all of you at the next week. All right. At the Monday too. So that's it. I hope see you, all of you, at the next week. All right. See you.
Thank you, Jean.
See you
guys.
guys.
Have a
Have a
good
night.
Thank you.
Have a nice. Bye.
Thank you. Bye
For you
bye.
too. Bye.